Primus.
Yeah, welcome. Frenzy Freestyle Sunday, TelaTraan 1 segment. How is everyone doing?
Just made it here.
Yep.
Just made it.
I thought I was going to be early, and then my camera was like, I'm not.
And hey, you're not walking into
wasn't.
any random conversation.
Yeah. One of my, if I can ever make this happen, it has to be completely accidental, is for there to be a strange thing to walk in on, have me pop up, and then have me just leave.
That's it.
Like, the Grandpa Simpson entering and leaving thing. Just do the streaming equivalent of that.
That would be perfect. And then we'll just loop that on one of the shorts.
Yeah.
Well, and how are you doing, sir?
This is going to be a sleepy one for me. I'll survive, though.
Okay.
I need to find all the... Because I got opinions on that comic collection for later, and I got to find all the pictures, because I had photographic evidence of things I wanted to point at.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hopefully, while we're going through this one, and hopefully before the next one, you're able to track them down.
I should be able to find it. I don't know where it all is. I just gotta do it.
That's it.
Still taking a few photos here for my next review, because if I don't get them done during my book club, I just pick them up during the stream.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a non-Transformers thing. Last year I did a review that I was really fond of, which is where because I've gotten into collecting the little 4-inch Spider-Man guys they've been doing.
Yes.
I did a big review that was like all of the whole first couple of waves, and I've picked up enough between now and then that I'm doing like a second review of the next batch of them. So I'm just taking more photos of those.
Okay.
There's
cool.
Spider-Gwen on a skateboard shooting web.
Well, there you go.
Doing a sick trick. I had a photo where I had the villains lined up so that like she was kicking Carnage in the face as she drove by, and the web was hitting the Vulture.
Nice.
Just imagine the other people here and there. And
Okay.
The photo was. Yeah, so set that up as I go.
Cool. So for this segment, we'll be doing some reveals. Whoever has reveals. 'Cause I know the next segment will be a bit of a crunch of everything we're gonna try to fit into that. The Impactor, what do you have for a reveal?
Well, one reveal. So right now I've been working on the Bumblebee movie Cybertron scene, which has been a pain in my butt ever since I started working on it. Well, no, seriously. Even for the many times I've tried to reattempt to make it, and by now this is my, I think, 20th time attempting to make the scene itself.
Okay.
It has been a pain in my butt, though the figures now are 10 times better. Except, excuse me, the only problem is I dislike how heavy 86 Optimus Prime is, because it took me a very hard time to make him go into that holding jump position.
Oh yeah, when he jumps in the air like the movie pose.
Yep. The one good thing is that I was able to actually make a decently Cybertronian related Bumblebee. So I removed the head off this Bumblebee, and then did that, and then for wrong hand, I flipped out the hand somewhat and put the actual Bumblebee cannon in his hand, and it actually fits perfectly as long as I fold it out right.
Nice.
So
and remove the underbars.
So that's the head of which
Jeep
Bumblebee is that? Oh yeah, Jeep Bumblebee. Okay, I was like, which one has that head? And he stuck it on the Age of Extinction body, and
not the Age of Extinction, TLK.
Oh, the Last Night figure that was a repaint of the Age of
The
Extinction
Last Night one is way brighter than the other one. And the only other reveal I would really honestly have, if I could look on.
What do you have there? A knife.
Oh, he has him.
Prima.
But to be honest, the only other thing I'd have to show is the stop motion itself, which is 55 seconds long.
Yeah,
that is cool.
Now, Spin, there's a 5% chance you might recognize that guy, because they decided that Prima was one of the robots during Rodimus Prime's like big flashback in 5 Faces of Darkness.
Ah, interesting.
Actually, so there's a specific. Oh, those are the aerial bots.
Right.
But yeah, there was a specific one that he's based off of, like specifically his head design and everything. So it is a Sunbow guy, just like a really obscure one.
Oh, I remember which one that is, and
Yeah.
I believe in that scene. It's like he's voicing that scene, but you don't see his mouth moving.
Yeah. So yeah, they decided that's Prima. So he's
Okay.
retroactively one of the 13.
There we go.
Yeah.
So Wild King now has an excuse to do the no mouth movement while talking, because
Oh yeah.
this guy did it back in the day.
I didn't watch the third episode, but I watched the first two because they're like 7 minutes long.
Very pretty
they're-
trees.
Yeah, they're kind of nothing. Impactor, I think you're muted. I just noticed your mouth was moving.
You guys want to know a fun fact, actually?
Yeah.
So the fun fact is, who here has seen Transformers the last night?
Me.
I've seen it. I think I'm trying to forget about it, but I've seen it.
Do you guys all remember the scene where Volleyball appears? The top spin body with Leadfoot's head on.
Yeah, the guy trying to get Agent Simmons to play volleyball.
The reason why Topspin Head was not used actually is because his head did not have any mouth movement actually.
Yeah, they didn't rig it for speaking.
So they used Leadfoot's head, but in canon related reason is because Topspin wanted to honor Leadfoot in
Interesting.
changing his head. Well, the thing is that he's completely able to. Transformers are able to alter their physical forms. That's why you see Optimus with a different cannon every single time.
Transformers are able to alter their physical forms. It's kind of the point of the thing.
Yes, and so that's why he honors him in that manner of speaking. And there's this talk that Rodrigo, the character that Topspin / Volleyball Bot says he hates, is, well, apparently Roadbuster, just because Rodrigo with the R is in there.
There's this whole group of people out there that are just these deep thinkers about the minutia of the latter day Michael Bay movies.
Okay.
The same way people are just like obsessed with the minutia of Sunbow, and it's really interesting as like a parallel universe, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in this one little scene, this was happening.
Yep. And then Mario, welcome once again, Mario. He says, "Hi guys." And
It's a him, Mario.
Hey, Mario.
It's me, Mario.
And Toy Warp has joined us.
Yes, sorry for being late.
It's okay.
Devastator himself.
Yeah.
You're early. I wasn't expecting you till the second half, so.
Yep. So we won't talk about you
Yeah, I'm
all.
naming Toy Warp from now on the Devastator himself.
Yeah.
Well, nothing can withstand the might of Devastator.
Well, except for let's see, Rumble, Frenzy, Carly, Optimus Prime's arm,
Don't forget
Verticus, Minnesota.
Wow, you are cruising to kiss my ass real early tonight. You know that?
We all remember that
TelaTraan
scene where
2, TelaTraan 2, sir.
We all
TelaTraan 2.
remember seeing Ravage jump on.
He has a
Hook and the
mule
other guy.
that wants kissing.
We all remember the scene where Ravage just jumps on. I think it was Hook or Longhaul in this shuttle.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, the list has gone up, but as we stick to the topic of reveals, I know Toy Warp has some, Impactor has some. Fear, do you have any reveals?
No, I'm waiting for things to show up locally.
Okay.
I went down to BMV again, hoping to find something rare. It did not happen, but they did have. They just had some Transformers retro Insecticons and a couple of the bigger Blokies model kits. This is that wonderful used bookstore in downtown Toronto where you can sell your
found
books.
that
And
super
it's
rare
like
beachcomber.
Yeah,
where
I found the super rare beachcomber.
Which store is it? I've probably come across it.
BMV. There's two of them in Toronto.
What if Spin all of a sudden found that beachcomber first?
Yeah, so it's like 4 floors tall. It's like the bottom floor is like the basement is like movies and stuff, and then the second floor, well, the first floor is books, and that's also where they keep all the like action figures and stuff because they have a lot of those too. And then the third floor is all books, and the fourth floor is all comics. It's huge, and you can get lost for a long time there. And
Nice.
everything there is cheap. And I actually did a little bit of research where I was there for the topic of the comic Kickstarter because there were some relevant things there.
Nice. Okay. And
And you said it's called BMV?
Yeah, I think
That
it
almost sounds
stands
like the
for
DMV.
books, music, video. I don't know. Like you go there because you can sell your stuff there, like too. Like we rolled up
So
with a giant tote of stuff that Jess didn't want anymore, and you know, you don't get a ton of cash, but if you don't want but if there's stuff you just clearing out, then gives you some walking around money.
Cool. No,
yeah, speaking of BMVs and DMVs in Ohio, DMVs are called BMVs, so Borough of Motor Vehicles.
Bureau of
So
Motor
whenever you
Vehicles.
see that saying, "Oh God, I got to get driver's license," or
are there only
that
some states
hell on
that
earth.
call them BMVs? Because
No,
American wise, I always hear them called DMV, whereas for us
yeah, they
it's
call them BMV where I'm
Father,
in
do you know
FTO.
what we
Ohio.
call
Oh,
DMVs here,
interesting.
BMVs?
Yeah, it kind
I
of
wonder if
varies
it's
state
My
that.
to
father
state.
said we do not call them BMVs in our state.
I wonder if it's
Uh,
that thing where, because like most shows and movies are made in California, it's like how things are in California specifically as a state is how they're
Mhm.
represented in media.
I
Yeah.
ran into a lot of that playing Xbox Live with international players, and they just
Mhm.
think California is how the entire country is. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well,
But you know, it's
everything's made
funny.
there, so it's
A
local.
lot of people think that of certain parts of Toronto, where it's just like when certain parts end up in the news, they assume that all of Toronto or kind of the majority of Canada or certain places is all that. I'm like, no, it's diverse and it's different.
Mhm.
It's
I
all
just got
floppy heads and
confirmation.
maple syrup. What are you talking
I
about?
just got confirmation.
Well, there are other
from my father.
aspects.
I
Sure.
just got confirmation
Like
from my
meal
father.
bacon.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just got confirmation from my father that we call our DMVs PEMDOT, aka Department of I believe Transportation.
Well,
Oh,
Department of Transportation and the Department of Motor Vehicles are two different things in every state.
well, that sounds confusing.
I don't even know. We just have the Ministry of Transportation up here.
That's it, just one ministry. Mario
Yeah.
says, speaking of Devastator, I'm really want to get Studio Series 86 Constructicons, and how do you all feel about the tariff situation happening the last few weeks?
TelaTraan 2.
Find out on TelaTraan 2.
Yeah.
TelaTraan 2, we will speak about the tariffs. But I
Yeah.
guess in
Just
terms
put
of
fingers up behind my hand. That'll give
easy
you my
now,
opinion.
now in terms of the Devastator 86 comment, and you guys looking into the Studio Series 86?
I am, unless they do a birthday kit. Like, I need it to be all together.
Like a gift set.
I need to find
Yeah.
Bone Crusher still.
I've been told by people whose opinions I know in detail that if you have the Combiner Wars one, so far it's basically the same, just maybe a little bit improved, but not by much. Like, the Combiner Wars Mixmaster was really weird, so presumably whenever we see what Studio Mixmaster looks like, it's going to look more G1 cartoonish instead of the weird backwards vehicle they made.
Yes,
But
let's
other
just
than
pray
that-
they don't do that.
Yeah. Well, they won't, because Studio Series is hyper animation accurate. That's their whole design aesthetic.
This is the
Uh,
one thing I
totally.
suggest. If you're a stop motion animator, buy 86 Scrapper, and for most of the shots, just use him as your scrapper if you have the Combiner Wars one. And when you have him combine into Devastator, just replace him with the original one, because everybody knows the original Combiner Wars Scrapper
Yeah.
does not have arm movement unless you bought the Takara Tomy one.
An interesting behind the scenes tip.
Yeah, but I've seen some reviews of like Scrapper and Bone Crusher, which are the two that are out right now. People grab them, put the Combiner Wars ones next, and they're like, these are like mostly this. Like, they're not the same figure, but like they're not doing anything different. So if you already have the Combiner Wars one, there's maybe not as much of a
You guys
need.
gave me a good old thought, and I actually might just do this for the sake of my YouTube channel. While you guys chat, I'm going to dig through my old files. My mom was so gracious enough to let me download my old videos and send them to her, and then she'd send them to my Gmail, and I'd save them. I have the shuttle fight scene. Be aware it will be poor, but I think I can actually upload that and post it on my YouTube channel as like an old video, and we can actually react to that along with the other video I have.
Nice. And I'm going to jump over to Sedum. But just before that, as Impactor mentioned about the limited arm
Whoa.
movements with the Constructicons, I'm thinking, the ones that we had as kids, like all of them, their arm movements were basically just that, like hook, long haul, Mixmaster, like.
For the heads up, I prefer
was
the
it.
old toys not having posability. I prefer them not having posability, but I don't expect us to have a nowadays toy with that limited arm posability unless it's a mini-con.
Or a gimmick toy.
Mm.
Well, the gimmick toys, there's some that have arm posability, and honestly, I'm happy with that. Especially with, like, let's just go off all the RAD gimmick toys. They all had arm posability.
That's
No.
And the best one, if I had to say, was Transformers RID 2015 Blurs' posability for his gimmick key toy.
Cool. Now, Sedum, what reveals do you have for this week?
Or you already saw Prima. I'll have to
Yes, that's a
transform
cool
him
figure.
the
again.
obscure Sunbow guy.
Mm-hmm.
Where did the
His other
Sunbow
wheels
reference
are
come from? Please, somebody
in
explain that to
here.
me.
It's the
Well,
studio that handled G1 cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
Those two.
The people who had the random Brawn and theoretically Hook
God,
appear.
he has some. I like him better as a robot. I like him better as a jet because he has the He's so high up. I'll have to transform him back into a jet, but his wheel is in his chest rather than from under his cockpit because he has
That's
so much
just
leg
weird.
kibble. Whereas his is from the back of his head.
Okay,
Oh,
that is
Interesting.
funny.
Yeah.
That
You
is
can make him
That
just have
is-
no face.
Okay, let's just say this right now. If you want to make a stop motion of the Aerobots getting shot, basically, and all of a sudden dying, just put one of those flame effects, like if or blast effect right there, and that just shows
Probably
he's dead.
could.
Nice.
And I start getting the reptile
might need to use sticky
wars.
tack.
So I got the Donatello, and I basically
Oh my
just
goodness.
made the original one like the reptiles wars, and I made the reptiles war like the original one, and then reptiles war Michelangelo, who's
That's
I pretty much
me.
like as is.
Nice.
For a fun
I mean, the
fact,
best you could do is maybe
Ooh.
if you found like some armbands or some pauldrons, but then you got to deal with, this.
Right.
Then I'm gonna
Get
do
some
some
orange
photo
like
of
super
him
stretchy
with Casey
orange
Jones'
bands.
arm and thing on. Keep in mind that he doesn't actually have his one hand in, but I just figured, I'll do that since I hadn't
took his
had a
hand.
chance to use that hand on anybody else.
I like
And
that
he's
that's like a
orange and he's
slapping
orange,
pose.
For a fun fact, when I walked into my house today after hanging out with my friends, my dad had the original
Oh, yeah,
Teenage
this
Mutant
guy.
Ninja Turtle series playing.
Nice.
Grizzler, the
How
sketchbook
does that man turn his
version.
head with those tusks?
Mhm.
What on earth am I seeing? That is an SCP right there.
And these were supposed to be knee pads, but I use them as pauldrons. Because let me try to put them on the knees.
Oh, they actually look better on his shoulders.
Yeah. Oh, I got them stretched out now too. But yeah, I like them better on his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I have downloaded 200 stop motions. This is gonna take me a long time to find that stop motion.
The internet police is going to be at your door.
Why? This is my downloads in my files.
Stop all the downloading.
Well, this is from my mom. This is how I post my YouTube videos. I have legitimately downloaded 200 videos. Half of them I can't show because they have some of my house in them, or they're just that bad I don't want to show. And the other half is everything that's maybe like this past 2 years, which is all the good stuff.
Here you go.
So
You're
I
gonna
have to dig through
start
this.
sorting through it.
This is gonna
Hey,
take
no
me too
freaking
long.
helmet. This is stuck on his damn head.
Oh, never mind. I found it.
And not a goofy face.
Like,
Well,
immediately.
this is the not goofy face. This is the goofy face.
I just had to go back to my very first stop motion.
I'm
And
pissed
well,
off.
I just typed in the stop. I just typed in the TO81 basically, which was that's what the number was, and it was the very first file named for stop my file names basically. And when I typed in TO81, it appeared right in front of me. So I just had to
God.
remember that.
There you go.
actually gave your files like sensible names so you could sort them properly. That's something more people should do, but I think very few do.
I'm
That's
one
my-
of them that need to be doing it.
That's my reality. Because, when someone
Yeah.
sends you file like XYRR000034, I'm like, what is this?
I'll have
you
like
knocked the-
photos sorted by like year and then the type of content. So like anything that was like dance photography, it would be the dance photography for X year, X month.
Hmm.
If it was like the iCats was like Indian classical arts performance series, and then if it was like festivals, then it would be a festival that's going around the city, then go, Richmond, Virginia, or Dayton, Ohio, or whatever city, and so forth and so forth.
Cool. That
See,
was a. Oh, sorry.
you
Go
knocked-
ahead.
I was gonna say you knock those stop motions out so fast you probably don't have anything that's labeled final, actual final, really final, and it's all one name.
Yeah, draft almost final. Now
Yeah.
let's jump over to Toy Warp. What reveals do you have for this week, sir?
Oh boy, you guys get comfortable.
Oh boy.
I'm comfortable.
Do we not have Mr. Magnus?
I was just thinking that. I'm not sure where he is hiding because I know he would also enjoy what I believe you mentioned that these reveals are going to be.
All right.
Knowing what he gets up to, he's probably saving a bus of orphans or something.
This is true.
Made a major G1 haul this week. And as I reveal this stuff, I'm going to go from small fish to big fish. So the stuff I'm going to be showing you at first is, kind of easy to find, cheap stuff. And we're just going to go into Grail territory eventually. So like I said, made a big G1 buy this week and didn't get a single Transformer.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, interesting. All right.
So, yeah, good. I got the screen. I don't know if this is going to show up in all the screen.
This is going to devastate Toy Warp when he sees it.
Oh, nice.
That is the original 86 sleeping bag.
What?
Nice.
Octane and Junkion colors. It looks like.
Yeah, a couple of the colors are off, including Tripticon, some weird color too.
Oh,
yeah, Ultra Magnus looks perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Is that blaster
Weird.
at the top, or is that is that like a sweep?
I don't know who it is that's there on the top. It looks like a car that's
It looks
flying.
like-
I have
that's
no idea who that
Rodimus.
is.
That's
could
either
be Rock-
Looks like an.
or Sandstorm because
It
that's
could.
the back of the toys that came out around late 85,
The tires
86.
are on his arms, so it
Yes.
couldn't be. It looks like it could be theoretically one of the fast changers. Like it could be. I forget where his name is. It's the red car. I forget what his name was. It's not Cliff Jumper.
Cloudraker, but they weren't out yet.
No, it's not Cloudraker either. It was one of the. Let me just go back. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna check my G1 stuff. They made an appearance in the episode when it was the episode when Optimus, I think. No, it was the very first episode. Let me just come back. I gotta check my.
I like how you can tell this was like an adaptation of the back of the box mural.
Yeah, like this is really cool.
Well, that's all the oh god, what's his name? Mark Watts art.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so
By
we got
golly,
the exclusive sleeping bags.
Tubi just added a whole bunch of other Transformer stuff.
Oh,
Nice.
backpack.
They appeared in 5 Faces of Darkness, I think. I'm just checking.
Another backpack with is that a?
It's the change thing.
Nope.
Oh, the tech
Season
spec
4.
thing.
It kind of it changes the angle you're looking at.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
a
okay.
hologram.
I forget what they're called.
Hologram.
Maybe.
Yep.
I know what you mean, but my terms are failing me.
I remember they had cards back then that actually a lot of cards, and there were little, I guess, 2x2 stickers that would do that as you change the angle that it would transform.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Marvel comics had hologram covers that had hologram cards in the
That's the 90s.
90s.
Oh, now what are these? Especially that Optimus. Oh, it's an eraser.
Yeah, they're erasers, but
Nice.
still on the package, you know?
Nice.
The one that's just a full Optimus is really interesting to me.
Have the birthday party, I think there's a name pins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it say hello, my name is?
It does. I now have the official Wheeljack door chime, so you can't sneak into my room now.
It
There you
might
go.
have been Lightspeed who that was.
Is it like a? Oh, it's electric, so it does say like ding dong.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lack of effort that they didn't make it like the scene transition thing from the cartoon or something.
Let me imagine
After-
Ding Dong in Wheeljack's voice.
After checking
Ding dong.
throughout the old episodes in season 4, I just checked actually. It looks like the character on the sleeping bag might be Fastlane. Not Fastlane. Not Fastlane. What was his name again? I hate this.
Lightspeed.
You are screaming
Yeah,
a lot of
Lightspeed.
names there. Lightspeed. Okay.
It looks the most accurate with vehicle mode.
Oh,
And
I've
Bob-
seen
Oh,
stamp
I've
pots
not
before.
seen those since I was a kid. That's very
Mhm.
cool.
Goodness, that's old.
Oh, Stan.
And-
Why is Starscream look like he's in a neck brace?
Because they're trying to do the
Because
toy
Megatron
style
whooped
head
his ass.
sculpt.
Very cool.
Megatron cooked him.
These are actually pretty hard to find with this plastic not yellowed, and it's pretty hard to find with the blue tray and not the yellow tray.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never seen them mint like that. I've just seen the actual stamps before.
Yeah,
I will
same
put
here.
it right back here. I'm going to enjoy some ice cream.
Jigsaw puzzle. If it's not sealed, you should just legitimately just do it.
That's it.
If I had any patience for them, I would, but the old lady wants to do it, so
Send it
tell her
on
have
to
at
me.
At least it's getting some use.
Well, that's a weekend date night. Just clear the table, Transformers puzzle.
Hey, I would. Oh, a 3D puzzle. Okay, that's
Oh
that's
wow.
They had those back then too, eh? They were when they came out in like you know, in like the 90s. It was like it built like it was a new thing. But I guess they had those in '84 too.
Cool. I never knew that that existed.
Yeah.
Is that
Oh,
a G1 Starscream? Or
Yeah.
Yep. Of course it's G1.
I just saw on eBay for like $300 the original in
Action
packaging.
cards.
Oh,
what's
I
it
still
called?
have a few of those.
Frost.
So is it like a customizable card game, or like how do they? What are they?
I think it was basically just like text specs on the back of the cards.
Yeah,
Was it
each-
not?
8 color picture cards with exciting biographical facts or battle data,
Yep.
and 1 bonus motto sticker.
What's the motto with you? Et cetera, et cetera.
But apparently these are tough to find on the card. I guess there's everybody in the group is making a big deal out of these.
Oh,
And all the Transformer group, all the G1 stuff anyway, they're making a big deal out of these collector cards for some reason. I don't know. I didn't price that, so I'm not entirely
Okay.
sure.
I gotta.
The most famous quote we will ever hear: "We will kill them all." I mean, that is what got Optimus the name for Bayverse Beheader.
Oh, another 3D puzzle. I get.
Mhm.
I wonder how like. Do you have to
Of
take it
course,
apart
the guy who
again?
says he
Does
doesn't
it transform
like
on its own? Because what's really interesting there is that's an Optimus Prime cab at the front of
Yes.
Ultra Magnus.
Yeah.
So they of course had to make the guy who doesn't have time for it actually get a puzzle.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I wonder why that is.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to know if you have to take the whole puzzle apart to build the other mode.
It looks like it, and look how big it is. I mean, it's almost as big as the real toy.
Right.
Yeah.
That is look at the size of that thing compared to that kid's
Have the
arm.
toy as a cardboard toy. I think that's better.
And yet, I feel like if you got that instead of the actual Ultra Magnus when you were a kid, you'd probably be pretty disappointed.
I'd probably be pretty mad. Yeah.
Cool.
And
And
we
just,
have
just before you show that one, Mario says, remember when you guys covered the listings for 2026 and only one you covered over a studio series and the other was that you haven't was Age of Prime's Year 2.
Did we cover 2026 listings at some point?
I believe
last
so, but I
week.
don't think you were here. So, I mean, we could possibly go
last
back
week.
to it if we have time to.
Oh, okay. There was the week I wasn't here. Okay.
Yeah. So, Tor still has some reveals.
uh,
The
the
adventure
original board game.
Oh, nice.
Inside of this thing is just gorgeous. I don't think it was ever used, honestly.
Okay.
So it has its own set of rules. It's not an adaptation of anything.
I would imagine it's based off some other Milton Bradley game.
Is there
Almost.
any
Oh,
G1
interesting.
Transformer references?
There's a whole grid on there and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's it. I wonder how that works. This feels like it feels like a strategy game almost.
It's the new way to play checkers.
And the board almost looks like a Chinese checkers board.
For some odd reason, I still rule in checkers. I will never be beaten.
Stick and lift.
What is that?
Yeah,
So
what is it?
it's a background, like a cardboard piece of cardboard with that background printed on it, and you can move the stickers around on it, and the stickers don't wear out.
That's cool.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like, you know, who would have thought to save something like this, you know?
There's some interesting finds. I mean, a few of those, and I never saw those ever.
Yes, yeah. A lot of this is new for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Got me a little Ravage belt pack. It's got a some elastic on the back to clip on your belt.
Nice.
Depending on your confidence and its durability, that's the kind of thing you could actually like take to a con as a thing to carry.
Mm-hmm.
A bucket. No, a
No.
lampshade.
Lampshade.
Nice.
The transformer lamps are always minus the shade.
Mm-hmm.
So now all I have to do is find a working Transformers lamp, and I've already got the shade, and it's in really terrific shape.
Nice.
Yeah, no dust.
A new
nothing.
background prop.
Mm-hmm.
All right, getting more into Grail territory here. I consider this, pretty rare because I had never seen it before.
Nope, never seen that
And
before
what
either.
is that?
Plates? Huh.
Yeah, plate
And a
set.
coffee mug.
There's a. It's interesting. Is that so? That's like art of Megatron, but the jazz looks just like a photo. Unless
Yeah, it's
just like
not
airbrushed.
Jazz's box art, that's for sure.
Interesting.
Wow.
Do that.
What in tarnations is that?
I okay. They meant to say flame
Those
retardant.
lips. Those lips. What on earth am I seeing? I have never
Good
seen
old-
That's like
Megatron as
Siege.
played by, like,
Megatron
Tim
lived
Curry.
before Transformers
Dinobot.
Siege.
What
Should
in
I
the?
just buy that and horrify
Why are they spelling
every kid in
Dinobot?
my
Like, is that
neighborhood?
where
Yeah, I
Furman
know,
got it
right?
from?
Wow.
Because like that's what they're called before they become dinosaurs in the continuities where they exist on Cybertron. Like they spell it that way.
Should I
That's some
just buy
classic
that
80s
from, like,
Halloween
bin
mask.
and
Yeah.
just wear that throughout my neighborhood because I have a suspicion some people are gonna run away from me.
Oh, God.
Well, the point is to be scary on Halloween, so.
That is true.
That's the cup out of
Another
the set. Found one that was separated from the set.
Okay.
Oh, it's got both of them on it. Interesting. You know, just like use that since you already have it sealed anyway.
There you go.
I mean, if it held more than like 5 ounces, honestly, it's a tiny cup.
Just drink something
Pencil
strong
cup.
out of it.
All right. We're getting wild now.
Here we go.
Roller skates.
Wow. Wow. Not just roller skates. It's the 4-wheel. The
It's like,
classic.
they don't transform, but if you don't
My
know how to use them,
childhood.
you will transform from a vertical person to a horizontal person real fast.
Which I did very often. I actually had a set when I was a kid, and I used them for cars
Oh.
to push around in the yard because I couldn't skate worth a darn.
Okay.
Now, the wild part about these is they have been in the box for so long. If you look here in the bottom of the box, it looks like there's gravel in the box.
Yeah.
Those are the wheels.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, you can
The-
get these re-wheeled at any roller rink, right?
So did the
But-
rubber like rot away or something?
Yeah. It just hardened and rotted away. However, the coloring on, and they still need cleaned actually, but the coloring on them. Now look at that. Look at that coloring. Again, the shape thing we don't quite know the name of, the monogram, hologram, whatever it is.
Mm.
Yeah, really, really good shape.
Wow.
Ah, it looks lovely.
With Charlie C in the comments. Hey Charlie, he's saying
What's
very
up,
nice
Charlie?
Tor warp.
All right, this is a grill piece.
Ooh,
Oh, a Viewmaster, eh?
haven't
And
seen
it's
one of those.
sealed.
Oh, I remember having one of those as a kid.
I had a couple as a kid
And it's
But-
sealed, eh?
and sealed. That's cool.
Oh, and you can use it while it's sealed.
Mm-hmm. Well, if there's a disc in it, yeah, there's a disc in it. Yeah.
So what did they have? Well, I mean, all Viewmasters could work with any kind of thing, but I'm guessing there was specifically a Transformers Viewmaster in there.
Mm-hmm.
Those things were so cool. They still had them when I was a kid, so I
All right.
appreciate them too.
Hmm.
Last piece.
Last piece. Dun, dun, dun,
Oh,
dun,
boy.
dun, dun.
What?
What is that? A slumber tent. There's Mr. Magnus.
There's Mr.
That's the
Magnus.
big reveal.
Show
A
the skates
slumber
again.
tent. Extra large.
This one.
Hey, you know what? That does transform. It transforms from bagged to like proper tent form.
It also transforms your children from running around the house into they're inside this little tent having fun.
And you can see one of the kids. They're sleeping in the Transformer sleeping bag.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
marketing.
Cross
Yeah,
promotion.
I can't wait to do a video on this. We pulled it out to make sure everything was there and the material on the tent is good. So yeah, I can't wait to do a video on this one.
Wow.
And
There
then
was some
time
cool
for minor
reveals.
reviews, I think.
Right?
Yeah.
Mr. Magnus, did you get a chance to see some of his reveals?
I saw this one.
You need to show
Oh,
them
that
the
was-
Tori, show them the rural states.
Okay, let's ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do the
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
show all the reveals in 30 seconds and go.
God. Give him carpal tunnel.
There we go.
Viewmaster sealed.
Viewmaster
Sealed.
sealed.
Show them the lampshade.
Shush.
A freaky
Right,
mask
child.
with an unfortunate bit of phrasing on the front.
That mask looks like it looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger became a transformer.
Dishes. Also
Of course, you
sealed.
can do the dishes with your favorite transformer.
Oh, and a cup.
Oh,
Just solo.
Too small to hold enough coffee.
Just have a strong espresso. The stamps.
The
I actually know
stamps.
those ones.
Mm-hmm.
With a starstream that looks like he has a neck brace.
And the cards.
dang, son, where'd you go?
I got a whole story behind it. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And then the door chime.
Yep. Ding dong.
Yeah, maybe I should search for that.
Name tags. Pretend as if your name is anything other than the transformer on the name tag.
Wait, should I just program my
And
door
erasers.
chime to say something
Erasers.
stupid that Wheeljack says?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, you should.
Should I
Is
do
that trash
that?
can? Oh, it's a lampshade.
Lampshade.
Should I do that? Because I have the
Yes.
ability to do that. It's not super hard.
Yes.
You should wear the lampshade.
I mean, that's something that people did back in the 80s.
Oh God.
Hey, those are stickers you can move around on a background without messing them up.
Mhm.
I had to
That
have
would
it
be the most
explained.
simplest way to do stop motion.
What were those called?
I
Protoform
remember
or
they used to
something like
have
that, weren't
those
they?
things where it was the
Maybe.
large
What
felt
is that?
background,
Is that
and
the
then
bo-
you have
is
the
that the
smaller
board game?
felt
Yeah, that's the board
part,
game.
cutouts that you could connect to them.
The strategic battle thing with the grid.
I'm kind of moving it
I
around.
had-
so I don't know where the glare is
I
going.
had that.
There
Oh,
you go.
it's glare free.
I'll bring it up in September. We can play it.
There you go.
There you go.
Transforming 3D puzzle Ultra Magnus with art
Cardboard.
that has Optimus Prime's cab. That's the first thing I
I
noticed.
think that makes it rare. Because if the original doesn't have the white truck, then that does mean it's not that rare. But if it
Ah,
doesn't have that,
That's cool. I've never
Right.
seen those.
By the way, I have the aerial bots and Prima transform.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Jigsaw
those
puzzle.
ones were there. Yeah, you could actually
Jigsaw.
just do that for real.
The little ravage bag.
Belt buckle.
Yeah, kind of like a belt buckle. All right, now hold on, give me a minute.
Backpack.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
Another
Very
backpack.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, the lenticular effect on that, that's what I think it's called, lenticular. It doesn't really show up on camera, so we just have to take your word for it.
Sleeping bag.
And the sleeping bags.
Yeah, featuring Junkie on Octane.
And,
And random character. There's Hot Rod, so it can't be the guy up there. The guy
Wait
up
a
there
minute.
can't be
I
Hot
just
Rod.
noticed.
Orange Tripticon.
What is up with Metroplex's face?
I used to question that on the box art years ago.
Wait, is that the face that he has with the horrifying costume head? It looks like
It's
it.
like, what am I?
I never understood why they did that in the Metroplex.
Why are these things driving in and out of me?
He only
Just
just
be
came
quiet. $20
online
is
and-
$20.
Yeah,
That's right.
there's the
Cat,
original box
quit
art.
rubbing your face on my
Squinty-eyed
toes.
Optimus.
Yeah, with the pistol instead of the rifle.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
No,
there's
I was up at Dad's trying to find that book, and there was just a lot more books on that shelf than I remember there being. So I had to put everything back up. That's why I was running late. But I did not find that book. I did not find any of my cartoons.
Oh, no.
I did find this, and it's kind of cool. But
Oh,
yeah.
Mario Brothers Duck
Nice.
Hunt.
The OG.
That damn
Yeah.
dog.
The dog.
That's OG.
Yeah. When you have that cartridge, you're pretty much set.
Yep.
So, shall I share the super old stop motion and the newer day stop motion?
Just before your stop motion, Sedum has transformed his reveals. So let's see
Let's
those.
see the faceless wing plate, whatever aerial bot.
This is what I was talking about with this aerial bot being a more cleaner jet. Because look at this shit.
It looks like
Oh wait, let me put
Starscream.
the little wheel down. Here, not from here, here. Because otherwise it would be like a, whatever the wheel connecting part would be like.
That
taller,
just looks so weird. I would prefer all the.
Lopsided.
I would prefer all
That's
the
combiners
jump
for you.
Yeah, but I do
I
kind of
Some
like
things
how
don't
it
change.
looks like
The original
him. He
toy.
can. Looks like he has like little rear entry, even though he's a
see, easy. This is TelaTraan 1.
Then Prima,
Yeah,
Oh,
Prima
interesting.
changes
with
into
the
a rolling
sword,
thingy.
there the hilt, there
It looks like a moon rover type.
yeah.
thing.
People
Yeah.
have
Yes.
compared it to that lunar saying
Lunar.
the lunar rover.
Optimus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the one that's super cheap.
Yeah, the directions are a pain in the butt, are clear as mud on this. I had to look up tour guides because the one picture, I was like, I could not tell from the angle. But you know how sometimes they'll have like the little insert images that show you a close up
Mm-hmm.
that better oriented it. They needed to do that on this one part of the directions for this guy. But otherwise, I mean, like I said, I had to look up tour guides. I just looked him up and because I know he had reviewed it recently.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
it was the
One thing goes
exact
just
part he said he had
Transformers.
problems with, I had problems with as well.
Now, Impact,
I will
you've-
say, heads up, I don't like the way how this guy, you know how with Drag Strip and Dead End, you could take them into two parts?
Mhm.
Yeah, because they can. do
Well,
the same
then there's a
trick.
little switch. With this, there's not. You just gotta pull it apart, and it just does not feel comfortable. There's no
The
switch.
definition
it's
of
just,
breaking of Transformer, except
You
without
struggle
having to break
to-
it really.
Yeah, you're just
Easy there,
doing
Uncle.
that.
Wow.
Quit
does
calling
not
me
feel
Article. I will
joyful.
send.
Does not feel comfortable at all to
Oh
do.
no.
What a weird concept, though.
Well, yeah, it's because it uses the same kind of engineering as on the Menasor they did, where the cars go onto the arms, and then they design them
just
so they can
wish they
split
would
in
have
half, so
done
you have an
just
elbow
like-
joint.
Mm-hmm.
If it had to done, I'm gonna test it out just to be sure.
But
Don't prove
on
myself
the
wrong.
Minosaur ones, though, Fear, there's a button you've got to push
Yeah,
to
because
separate them.
you would think there's a
Oh,
button
interesting.
here, but it's not. or at least it doesn't feel like it, or you can't get enough leverage in there to get it down to do anything if it is. But I know drag strip was easy. Same with dead
Sh-
end, but this here
Show
feels
up,
like, whoa, feels
show up
scary.
air raid one more time. Show up air raid one more time.
The white one,
No, the air
Oh, the
raid's the black one.
Yeah, he's horrifying.
So, what they should have done with those feet, they should have made those look like rockets.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Oh,
you
like
can just see
airwolf.
that their feet just folded up.
Yeah.
It's like
and
that
I
weird
find it
Star-
interesting how they kind of split the difference between with the arms and legs. So he has Combiner War legs, but a new arm transformation, whereas he has the Combiner War arms, but the new legs, and the new legs suck.
So we just switched then the bodies so it's then more accurate to the original series. Oh, you guys want to know something funny? I saw this post on Instagram. Somebody was able to actually combine both Dead End and I think it's who's the one that you just held up? Stembach, the orange one, the orange
Slingshot.
and more white.
You mean
The
the
Slingshot.
white?
Yeah, they were able to combine their bodies
God.
together. It was a car jet and a jet.
Oh yeah, so
car.
the front from one and the back from another because they do. the
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
used to have
horrifying
that.
and funny.
Like what is it? The tree pack of the little Micromaster combiners. The one where it was the type of the hovercraft like
Sea spray.
sea spray. I think, and I can't remember what the other two vehicles were. I think I had shared the pictures on maybe the Facebook group chat or something.
I don't know my Micromaster combiners too well, but I know how they worked. You know,
Mhm.
fronts and backs. So
I'm
it
pretty
sounds
sure
like this
you
is
guys are
largely
gonna
the same
enjoy
thing.
the oldness of the stop motion. Just be aware, I really do wish I did better on this thing.
All right, let's.
Well, you know, you got to do the worse ones before you can do the better ones.
This right here, if I
There you
had to
go.
say, was the very first ever hardcore stop motion I ever did so long ago. I'm just gonna double check volume.
So long ago, 6 months prior.
Nope, 3 years ago.
God, did Gamer Megatron really come out 3 years ago? That doesn't seem right.
As Megatron has, how shall we say, departed.
Tarn is just there in this version of the story.
As the new leader.
Wait, the Constructicons form Devastator, the most powerful robot. We shall rule.
Scrapper looks depressed.
Yep.
Who are you calling inferior? Nobody would follow an uncharismatic boar like you.
Hey, nobody
I'm just gonna pause it right here. You guys can tell I don't have Frenzy at this moment in time. My
You're
mom
still
and dad.
using Shattered Glass Rewind, who's red. So
Well,
that
my
sorta
mom
counts.
actually got me Frenzy, but the problem was he came super late, so I ended up getting a late Christmas present. So if this would have played out, and I did not have Laserbeak at this time, so I had Rat Bat.
Constructicons unite!
Nice.
Pretty impressive, actually, the combination there.
Ravage jumps at him.
I like how you physically shook the camera to get the rumble to happen.
Yep.
Yep. Let's,
Yeah, let's
let's
see
see
that.
that again.
But just to replay the entire combining.
Yeah, I like that whoosh.
Yeah.
And the camera shakes good too.
And
Like-
Devastator
like-
just falls to his death.
I can see how you've improved since then, but the combination and the shake, those are really good bits.
Yeah. Like that. I like that.
Yeah.
And what's sad is I don't have the so I did that scene completely again 2 years later, when during stream, and it's sad that I deleted it because it actually was 10 times better. And I mean 10 times better, because this is when I started paying attention to detail and started trying to really make the things look like the G1 animations. And if I still had that thing, I will have showed you guys the before and after.
Why'd you delete it?
Right.
Or was it an accident?
Well, the thing is I had to save space, and it was an unfinished stop motion, and Devastator at this time and moment then broke again. His entire chest piece basically snapped into pieces. That's why I'm right now hoping for Easter, well, not Easter, during the summertime, I make another $50 and buy the KO again. and most likely treat the KO better since I know the problems with the first one. And
Hey,
now I will pull out the new one that's on my tablet.
All right.
I just want to briefly share the pain of photography. I was setting up a large amount of figures
We
here
all
in the
know how
space to take a
painful it is.
photo,
Mhm.
and then one of them just made the whole thing domino just now while you were talking, and I was like,
No.
gotta stack
That's
them all up again.
That's what happens in the stop motions also, for the fun fact.
Yeah.
Stop motion is almost exactly like photography.
It was the
except
last
10 times
guy.
more painful.
Always.
But yeah,
Let
and
me
Pactor,
disconnect
after
mine.
your stop motion, since I know you're a Prime and RID 2015 kid, I'll just show you my Prime Frenzy and Rumble with their Siege counterparts with custom pile drivers before the Studio Series ones came out. Or I can just do it now,
I
whatever
would
works for
like-
you.
One second. I couldn't hear you guys. 1 second.
There we
There
go.
goes the Prime.
Oh,
the
yes!
Prime blue one, who I need to use the toy hacks on. And the Prime red one.
Oh, you had the Karatomi one.
Yep, I bought both of them.
Nice.
Yeah, that's actually cool. I have talked to my mom. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff in the future with me spending my stuff on Transformers, and my mom said that if I want to more complete my Transformers Prime stuff, that I might end up wanting to get them, because on this website they actually have them together for, I think $60. They have them on this website, both of them in box.
What a
and-
parental discussion. Son, I think you should complete your Transformers Prime collection.
Hey, it's better than
Something
him
that
being
parents
like, you're
never
gonna be a
said back in the
grandparent
80s.
9 months
Yeah.
or something like that. So it's
Well,
There's worse
it's gonna
things.
be a long time until I figure out how on earth to get a breakdown, unless I make a custom.
That's it. Let's see it, your other stop motion before we round up for the evening.
Alrighty. Please, big screen me. Of course. Ugh.
Oh, that glare's something fierce.
1 moment. I'm gonna turn on a light. Maybe the glare will disappear if I turn on a light.
Light countering light.
That tablet looks like it's seen better days.
Dang it, the glare's still there. We'll just have to deal for
yeah,
it
that's-
at the moment.
Oh yeah, the Bumblebee scene. The funny thing is, like... Oh yeah, you're doing it with the G1 guys. Oh, he made his ears glow.
Nice.
Cyclonus is there. I love the jump kick.
Yep.
Repeat. It's like a Sunbow version because there's more than one Starscream.
Hmm.
Oh, you want to know something funny? Actually, an Autobot makes an appearance in this, so let me get to the right moment. It's right here. So right after this, you can actually see Q in the background.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I decided to make Q cameo in there since there's 2 blue Autobots in that
Yeah.
scene. I just decided to put Q in there and have Chase right behind him.
Yeah. See, that's interesting to watch because hypothetically, they've done Studio Series figures of nearly everybody in that sequence. So there's an accurate version, but you're doing like a G1 looking version, basically.
Well, there's also a person who very, very nicely did a entire re-voiceover. So what they did is they found a bunch of G1 scenes and G1 audios and did the entire scene in, well, manner speaking, G1. It was the same scene, animation scene, but it had the G1 voiceovers. So
Yeah, I've seen that clip. It's really neat.
so to
Mhm.
be honest, I could just, well, let's just say alter this and remove the original audio and take the other audio. And
It
just
would be very
and-
easy because it uses the same timing. So
That's true.
it uses the same timing, and not to mention if I just go all the way back here, so you if I just start up, so you see this right here? Ah, come on. The audio, you see that music logo? That's the audio itself that I recorded from my computer. So, and with how the timing is, all I'd have to do is just delete like 3 black spaces, like because I do this entire thing where I have the 3 previous black spaces and then turn on the entire stop motion itself. All I'd need to do really is that, and then I could just, well, take the G1 audio and do some
Cool.
very funny things.
We're going to round up the TelaTraan 1 segment. Mario did have a comment about the 2026 listings, so we'll see if we can fit that into the TelaTraan 2 segment. I know we'll have to pull those listings back up, and we're going to be focusing on the tariffs and the Transformers Compendium set, our TelaTraan 2
Yeah.
Ooh,
segment.
yeah, me and my dad.
I have opinions as a comic guy.
I think there's a lot of people who have opinions, and not
Yeah.
just in the U.S. or
We
Canada.
went-
I gotta find the freaking photos I was talking about.
But we
Oh,
went
Bill.
through the 2026s. Remember, they didn't have any pictures.
Yeah.
All right, it
Remember
was
when
just
we
a
went down the
listing.
list? Yeah, we just went down and talked about them. I mean, we can rehash it if we got time. I don't have a problem with it, but we went through the 2026s.
I do have one question before we end.
Mm-hmm.
Do we do stream next week?
Let's see. Next week is
Oh, happy
Easter.
Zombie Jesus Day.
Yeah.
right, because it is Easter next week, so we usually don't. Because I know most everyone has something to do, or it's just that weekend to kind of like relax, you know. Because sometimes we too also need a bit of a vacation. So I believe
point.
next week we won't have a stream if it is the Easter weekend.
Well, let's just say I'm pretty sure I'm betting my mom and dad have gotten me something Transformer related, so expect a reveal coming from me next week. And also for a fun fact, with Toy Warp doing all these reviews on your channel, I'm actually going to now finally do a Transformers review on my channel.
Oh,
Oh.
oh!
On.
And what's the
So-
name of the channel?
Impactor Productions.
There you go, on YouTube. And on that note, like our videos, like Impactor's videos, like Toy Warp Vintage Reviews videos on YouTube, and check out everyone the reviews from Fear of Courage, and also the social media from Set 'em Bach Arts and Mr. Magnus. And on that note, till all are one.
To all our on
All
edge.
all
or one.
We now return you to the Children of Primus.